Fast as lightning, sharp as sword. Greetings, YouTube. I'm Lightning Sword, and welcome to the very first video of my newest segment, which I like to call On the Fence.
Yay!
In this segment, I'll be looking at an episode, a character, or some aspect of the Brony fandom, analyzing the pros and cons, offering points on how to fix the cons, and delivering my honest opinion of what side of the fence I'm on. This new segment exists mainly for three reasons. 1. Looking back on my past reviews, they seem a bit too lengthy, so I decided I would keep reviews of older episodes in a shorter format. 2. I've been accused of bias in the past, so this will reduce the number of excuses people may have in asserting that belief any further. And 3. My usual review style is getting old, and chances are if you guys aren't bored already, you will be soon. And if you are bored, you're probably not watching, so never mind. I'll still be doing new episode reviews in a longer format, for a more in-depth look at them. But every other episode has already had a lot of detailed reviews, so I'll be keeping my reviews of past episodes short and sweet, while at the same time using this segment to give the same pro and con treatment to various other areas of Bronydom. Today, on the fence, we'll be getting back to older episodes of MLP, and since I've already reviewed the pilot and the Ticketmaster, we'll be picking up where we left off with Applebuck season. As I stated, I will be giving the pros and cons, and addressing problems that could have been done better. And here we go! First, the pros. Being the first character-specific episode of the series, it's commendable that it's centered around Applejack, as her development in the series overall has been severely lacking. It shows more of her personality and how she thinks and feels, whereas ordinarily she's the foil for the other five. It also showcases her talents and skills, to a certain extent.
Without being Twilight?
Erupted.
Twilight? I'm so sorry, but I just wanted to mention that Applejack is also helping me this week with the official bunny census, where we count up all the new baby bunnies that were born this season.
Fluttershy talking about baby bunnies is always a plus.
What about all those relatives I met when I first came to Ponyville? Can't they help?
Yeah, they were just here for the Apple family reunion.
Hey, a setup for a future episode.
Ready?
Also this.
1, 2, 3.
This was the first time I ever legitimately laughed at this show. I remember it fondly, covering it up as though ashamed of the growing brony inside of me. It was a touching moment. Actually, the comedy is pretty good overall, especially this. This is funny as shit. Also, more setups for future episodes.
The horror! The horror! It was awful! This is awful! The horror! The horror!
And now for the cons, or as I like to call them, the holes in the fence. Rainbow Dash. That's it. Okay, I'm kidding. Maybe.
I'm sure to get it this time. Here I go.
Never mind, that was pretty good.
Now, what was that all about?
Oh my! Begging your pardon, Applejack, but Muriella here saw one of those nasty snakes. And it just gave us all the willies, don't you know?
I completely understand. Just next time, try and steer clear of Ponyville.
We certainly will, Applejack. So long, Winona!
What exactly is the relationship between ponies and other sentient livestock? Is there some kind of work agreement? Are there paychecks and benefits? Or is this just slave labor? And how come the cows are sentient but the pigs aren't? And neither is Winona. Someone please explain this to me. So the whole town just up and gives AJ a party out of the blue, with a trophy and everything, just for basically doing her job. She did avoid major property damage, granted, but still, I never saved lives during my job. Yeah. And yes, Twilight is still capable of teleportation. Why don't you ever use that when you really need it? Overall, the plot of this episode is just another cut-and-paste kids show moral that we've seen too often already. This proves, once again, that the writers are playing it safe throughout much of Season 1. In fact, I can think of a much older kids program that did this moral and did it a bit better. Fraggle Rock. Oh, shut up, I'm not that old. Anyway, a condensed version of the episode Let the Water Run. Red Fraggle, the energetic sporty one, is organizing an entire water-based festival by herself. She even sings a song about it. But because the festival relies on water, and the water comes from the faulty pipes of the old man whose house they live under, they need to fix the pipes with an umbrella. Don't ask, long story. Anyway, when Red goes to fetch the umbrella from the old man's house, who doesn't know the Fraggles exist, she realizes she can't go out there without getting caught, and finally asks Gobo, the main protagonist, for help. In that episode, the conclusion is a bit more heartfelt, as you can feel Red's nervousness in her voice, and her peppy glee and eagerness throughout the episode offsets her ego and pride. A bit. Unlike with Applejack in this episode, who snaps at Twilight every single time she offers to help, and only relents when she finally gets it through her thick head that she is in way over it. This is even after she almost killed the entire town no less than 3 times. To be fair, though, at least the writers didn't make Applejack's stupid life-risking behavior justified in the end. Unlike some episodes. I just never cared much for stubborn, bull-headed characters, and try as they might, they just couldn't improve on Applejack all that much. This, however, was for lack of trying. AJ hasn't gotten much development ever since. Not as much as Twilight, or Fluttershy, or even Pinkie Pie. Also, Spike is a dumpster diver.
And I've got the perfect treat.
Ew! Spike, I threw those away! Where'd you get them?
From the trash. You did, you little trash picker.
Nice. And now to fix the holes. It's odd how the first character-centered episode should focus on any character other than Twilight. She's the one who's supposed to be learning about friendship here. And I think this lesson applied to her would have gotten rid of a lot of the problems. Instead of Applejack stubbornly refusing help because pride, Twilight would probably not understand that her friends were trying to help her because that's what friends do. She therefore would assume they were just trying to interfere, and might be hurt by the gesture instead of helped by it. The episode would be largely the same afterwards, with none of the confrontational attitude from AJ in the episode proper. This would also have tweaked the formula of the story and made it a little less, well, formulaic. Character A works himself to the bone, character B offers help, A refuses, A doesn't get any sleep, messes everything up, refuses help 2 or 3 more times, then finally breaks down and lets friends help. Questioning why character A's friends would want to help him instead of outright refusing would have been a much fresher spin on the trope, would have been a bit more thought-provoking, and would have at least been more bearable to watch. It would have given Applejack the shaft, but as I said, the writers don't pay much attention to her anyway. At the end of it all, I have to stay on the fence about this one. Like its predecessors, it does its job, just not particularly well. It's got some funny moments and some hints at character building, but AJ's repellent character kinda makes development moot. And the plot is boring and predictable. A trap season 1 wouldn't pull itself out of until a few episodes later. And like with the other season 1 episodes I've reviewed thus far, I will be giving this one a rating. Applebuck season gets a 6 out of 10. Well, I'm out. And if you like the review, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon, and I'll catch you later. I'm Lightning Sword, SQSS, and thanks for watching.
Just a little nibble? Come on.
How about not just no, but no?